I was in an MHS class of 55, a long time ago. My father was a carpenter, and actually my mother worked at Mamaroneck Avenue School as a cook, and that paid for the bulk of my education. But that $400 certainly helped. That paid my first semester's tuition at RPI, Rensselaer.
I had a dad who had 2 jobs, and I was one of 4 siblings. And college was something that was a little bit in the cards, not totally, but the Student Aid Fund scholarship that I got actually put it back in the cards, enabled me to go to college.
Senior year, I remember Mr. Downing telling me that I got the scholarship, and then I remember coming home from school and my mother had this letter for me to open, and it was a letter telling me that I got a scholarship, and I was so excited.
I worked at the Hommock Pool as a lifeguard, and I tried to find ways that I could help my parents help pay for college. My dad was a mailman. My dad had to work at night to drive cabs to prepare to pay for college.
My family had emigrated here from Zimbabwe, and needless to say, there were financial struggles that we faced after moving to this country, and I was desperately in need of assistance as it was time for me to go to college.
Everyone was talking about colleges, everyone was talking about the next step, and for me, really the next step was the first step for me, because I just did not know anyone in my family who had gone to college, and so I was sort of doing everything on my own.
The Student Aid Fund scholarship helped me so much because I didn't have to work and worry about having a full class load and making money to afford college at the same time.
It opens a door, something else. It sort of changes your trajectory in life.
It meant a step up. I was going to be able to make a better living for myself and for the family. The division I got into was aerospace, and from there I did a lot of very interesting things. And I have some hardware that is in space now on the International Space Station, the control moment gyros, which hold the attitude of the space station. They're mine. I worked on them.
So I started out my career as an assistant district attorney, and then became a town councilman right here in Mamaroneck. Shortly thereafter, I was asked to run for state assemblyman. Served 4 terms, and after that, I was able to go on the bench, which was the highlight of my career. Sat in the Supreme Court. My longest stint was 5 years here in White Plains in the criminal part.
I actually went to BOCES and explored greenhouse production, which I thought was interesting, but I needed to go to college to figure out what all my options were. I really thought all along I wanted to do something with soil and water conservation, and what leads me to today, where I'm helping communities create sustainable gardens. So I feel that I've reached that goal.
College was a wonderful experience. It's where I learned responsibility. It's where I learned who I was. Gifts like what the community gave me helped me be who I am here today. I'm a Mamaroneck teacher.
I really took the love and the support of the community with me to school to be able to succeed and to really think about that as I was going through school and facing struggles that everyone faces in school. So when I graduated, I moved back to Larchmont, and I opened the Larchmont Music Academy as a way that I could give back to the community. And we regularly give out scholarships so that students that are in crisis or in need can also still enjoy music and still find a way to find their path.
I work as a newspaper editor for the Norwood News, which covers the Bronx, and it's what they call a community newspaper. And I know that people's confidence in where they live is tied to this paper, because someone cares about them enough to actually cover their concerns and chronicle their strife and just their need for progress within their community. Living in Larchmont and Mamaroneck, you knew like how good sustainable communities can be. And I tried to bring that understanding to the Norwood News.
During college and during my acting classes, we also did producing and theater management, which is kind of where I fell in love with the idea of being one of the people that manages a production. I am now currently the theater manager of the Imperial Theater. You all essentially jump-started my career, and now I'm where exactly I wanted to be, working on Broadway.
I think that we should give every child in this community an opportunity that I had, because I feel like I am successful because of a village that helped me.
People care about you. There are people behind that letter that you get in the mail